guys, my name is Polly and welcome to another episode of the Outlet Focus. Today we are joined by a volleyball player by the name of Winnie. Hi Winnie, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Winnie Titi and I'm the females volleyball team's captain and the chairperson for the volleyball team.
What an introduction. Okay, so before we get into your experience in volleyball,
Yes.
I have an experience with you. Remember I joined volleyball for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
And I was one of the students who were assisting to coach with volleyball, right?
Yes.
So I want to ask you personally, how do you juggle between assisting with coaching and you training as an athlete or as a player? How do you juggle that?
So honestly, it is very hard for me as an individual because remember, as a player, you would need to train for your own experience. But now, if we get to a point where there are new players that cannot or play or they don't have background of volleyball, then for us as the experienced one in the team, we get to assist those ones who are new. So most of the time, it takes most of my time that I have to improve my skills, and now I take my time and assist somebody else. So sometimes it catches up with me during other games. Sometimes I'm not fit enough to play because I used my time to train other people. But it's not a problem for me because if there's no coach and then I'm there or other people are there who are experienced, then we do that and assist players with their development in volleyball.
That's actually interesting. You spoke of experience, that the players who have experience, they assist other players.
Yes.
And we once had a conversation and you have a 10 years experience in volleyball.
Yes.
And you also, I think you were once a coach.
Yes.
So please explain that to us.
So in 2016, one of my coaches back then had called me to say, you know, there's a school that needs assistance with coaching. And at that time, there was nothing that I was doing. I was not working and I was not in school. So I was like, no, it's okay. Remember, I was not a coach before. I've never coached before. I was just an ordinary player.
And how long were you playing till you were asked to
till
coach?
then.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember like the exact number, but it had been long even at that time.
Okay.
So I had to go and assist the school in 4 ways. It's called Heronbridge College in 4 ways. You know, there are those kids that have never played, like I said earlier. So you have to take them from basic until to the level that is suitable for them. So I'd had like learners who were even selected for Gauteng provinces from the ones that I've developed from not knowing volleyball to being selected to play for Gauteng or to play in national colors. So yeah, for me it was a great experience being a coach for that school.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I'm sure it requires a lot of patience.
Yes.
Like training someone from the start, literally.
Yes, so training people, it's easier because also my line of workouts, a line of work, because I'm studying as a teacher. So teaching and teaching somebody volleyball,
so you go hand in hand.
Thing.
So now you've explained to us your coaching experience. Tell us how you started playing volleyball.
So when I started volleyball, I did not go there by choice. So what happened was that I was playing netball and I had to leave netball because I didn't like skirts. I was not wearing skirts at that time. And I was also an athlete, like running stuff. So my coach, my athletics coach, took me because they did not have enough players for volleyball and there was an upcoming league. So he took 4 of us in the athletics team and said, you guys are playing volleyball as of today. And that's how I started volleyball. And from there, I fell in love. So yeah.
I can imagine. They're just taking you, you're playing for the league.
Yes.
So actually I was going to ask her, how many sports have you played so far?
Yeah, I played netball, volleyball,
and athletics.
And athletics, yes.
I used to do athletics, long distance in primary, but as high school approached,
I did short distances only.
Yeah, I did long distance in primary. So what is your position? What position do you play in the court?
It depends on the day. So I'm an all-rounder player.
Oh, okay.
So with experience now you get to play all these positions and then there's that one that you feel comfortable in playing. So when I came here, NW, I was playing a setter. I was a setter for another team. When I got here, there was another setter and then there was an open position. So I took to play power. So I play power and a setter and utility, you name them. Just depends on the day. If Polly is not there today and then Winnie's there, then we can go play a Polly's position.
Okay, so you've mentioned that before you joined the NW's volleyball team, you were playing a setter.
Yes.
So please explain to that what a setter is.
So a setter would say it's an engine. So whoever plays a setter has to have like a critical thinking capacity, because as a setter you need to know all the players that you're playing with. You need to know your attackers. So everybody in the team is an attacker. So you check spaces on the other side and say, okay, so if I'm giving Polly the ball, I know Polly is going to give us a point. So you know there's those ones who dig the ball, so first touch is anyone, but the setter is the only one that plays second ball. So the setter makes sure that they set the ball for you so that you can attack to the other side. So they make sure that they control the game. So if a setter loses it, then everybody is in danger in the team. So we need to protect setters always, because they are the engine of the game.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, and this was the first position that you ever played?
Yes, as a child.
Yay, and it sounds very hectic. Yeah, imagine the engine.
It is the hardest, because you run a lot as a setter. Remember, if one person digs a ball and it goes far, the second person to touch the ball is the setter. So wherever the ball is, you need to run and get it and set it for the other person to attack.
Yeah, no.
So you need to
That's
run
a lot.
faster, you need to have
Flexibility,
skills,
yeah.
and so you need to be here.
So, you were part of the NW's volleyball team for about 4 years. This is your 4th year.
Yes.
And you've went to USAs, obviously, and you've played with other teams. So, before we get into your experience in USA, tell us one challenging game that you have played.
So here in Northwest, we don't have much challenge when it comes to volleyball. We get challenged when we move outside Northwest, right?
Okay.
So for last year, because we went to USAs last year only, I would say we had the most challenging games. Some of the games would think maybe we are going to lose this one, but we end up winning them. But there was one specific game. It was our first game in USAs against UKZN. Yo,
they showed you flames.
yeah, that one was hectic. You know when they play to a point that you're like, you know what, I know we're going to lose this thing, it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll wake up and dust ourselves on the next one. So that was the hardest game we had. You remember, everyone is scared. Some of them is their first time playing USAs. They've never played USAs before.
Yeah.
And they're only used to playing with Northwest people or those people that they know from schools and stuff like that. So now these are strangers to them. And the experience that they play with is not the same as ours here in Northwest. So it was very, very much challenging.
And
but it woke us up.
Sorry. And I'm sure other players having more experience than others in a court, it challenges the whole team.
Yes.
For example, you have a longer experience compared to your teammates, so I'm sure that affects your performance as a team.
I wouldn't say it affects the team negatively, because remember, for those who don't have much experience like others, you can always go to the other ones and ask, well, okay, what is it that we can do as a team? You know, there's those things that the coach would tell you, okay, don't use this one, use this one. So with experienced players, you can always go back to them and say, okay, we fumbled on this game. What can we do for the next game? And you know, those with experience, it's always like, okay, I see the problem was here, and the next game we can do this. So most of the time, it is a positive impact to have like experienced players, because when they play, they also look for pointers where they can fix during the game.
Oh, that's lovely. No. And that is it for today's episode. Please do go check our social media platforms at NW Eagles MC, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's also at NW Eagles MC. From myself and the team, it's nothing but all love, and until next time, goodbye for now.